All right, let's get this motherfucking thing going. We are back with another video review, and this time, good friend of the show, Kevin Spanky Long, and This Is Skateboarding. Absolute classic video. Some might say at this point in his life he was better than Galea Mamalu, and some might not.
Oh, bro. Love this part. Go back and listen to his interview for some extra insights. Let's get into it, Deggy.
First up, it's style. Spanky's about as clean as it gets. Young man on the scene, killing it, shredding hubbas, handrails. He's doing his jumping. He's doing everything. I'm going to hit him with a clean 8.5 for style.
What the fuck kind of disrespect is that, man? You gonna give our man Spanky an 8.5? Actually, no, that's a pretty good score. But
yeah, why you always come at my scores and then you rationalize the average score that you give?
I
thought
Spanky's style was one of the best in these days. I gotta give him a 10, man. I gotta give him a 10.
Holy shit. One of my favorite Steezy clips from this video is when he does the switch front 180, 5-0, back 180 in the line on that ledge.
Yeah.
Oh, go back and watch that clip. Extra Steez on that.
Bro, he just rides away from most of these clips with the confidence of sin. Like, he knows he's riding away before he lands it, and that's when you're swagged out to the max.
Next up, Gnar Blade. You know Spanky kept it hella fucking gnar, flipping into hubbas, kickback, nose grind. He had that gap to lip going. And obviously, last trick, long ass board slide. Gnar Blade was sharp. I mean, I got to stick with an 8.5 on this one, I think.
Yo, read my mind. I was going to say, like, P-Rod Gap 5-0'd that in his, and, you know, that one dude was complaining about his score. Actually, not like I'm going to listen to that dude.
This part's gnarlier than P-Rod's part.
It is, yeah. The double kink board slide, the enders, fucking gnar, of course. He hits us with the lip slide fakie through that kink rail that looks like a deadly sacker. He was getting buck. I'm going to give him an 8.5 for gnar as well.
Next up, we're going to tech. He kept it tech on some of his hubba tricks. Kickback 5-0, kickback nose grind, like I said. Little front blunt shove. But obviously not up there with some of the tech gods. He was in that tech gnar range that we always talk about, the one that we love. I might give him a 6.5 for tech.
Word. I like that. I liked his frontside flip nose grind. I feel like those weren't too popular at the time.
That's right.
That was a nice one. Kick front crooks at Machba before that shit was blown out as well. I'm going to hit him with a 7 for tech.
You know where we're going now? The most controversial category in our video reviews. It's transition. Let's try and break down every clip that has some sort of transition in that part. He's obviously got the back 360 off that like loading dock style bump. He's got the front side flip into the bank over the rail. He's got the nose pick. What? You know anything else?
The nose pick was fire, but I just love how we're so desperate for transition. And that's the one thing people hate about these reviews is we're clinging on to the transition category for dear life. But just makes it entertaining, man. Think about when we start ranking dudes for transition kings. You gotta fucking, and queens, you gotta fucking put some respect on that shit. He also has that like indie grab over the yellow rail hip.
Oh,
Remember
yeah.
that one? Yeah, he does his thing.
Their transition.
He does his thing. Later, Spanky has way more transition, but I'm going to give him a 6 for transition.
What? No, you can't give him a 6, dog. He's like right in that 5 range.
5.
I'm sticking with 5.
I'm going to give him 5.5. I was debating between the two, but you're right. 5.5.
Everyone gets a 5 at transition, unless you're Jerry Sue.
No, I'm giving him a 6. Fuck it. He hit some real street transition, man. Yeah.
What was
6.
the real street transition? The nose pick?
The nose pick and the indie grab.
Oh, yeah.
That was enough for me.
Lots of transition on that natural hip, hey? Next up, bag of tricks. I don't think there's anything remotely illegal. A couple of tricks we always love seeing. Those front butt shoves are clean. These kick front board and hubbas. Fakey tail on that same hubba. Absolutely clean. Obviously boneless. A little out there. We might leave that out of our parts nowadays. I was guilty of that back in the day. But bag of tricks.
Oh my God, you did do boneless.
I'm going to give him a 9.
Yeah, I'm tempted to give him a 9 too, but that boneless really did not stick out. I forgot it was in this part. And I think they cut him doing a massive tic tac. Like, it looks like he was about to fall off.
After the boneless?
Yeah, so that, and I can't pretend I didn't see that switch 180 Smith on that handrail, which is probably one of my most hated tricks. So, but otherwise, you know, hate to focus on the two negatives. His trick selection is absolutely flawless. He does a front salad as well, which obviously these days are not.
Dude, you gotta think that was fucking sick back then.
Revered. Oh, trust me, I loved me some front salads back in them days. That's what I'm saying. So I'm not penalizing him for that, but I'm gonna give him an 8.5 for trick selection.
Okay, I can dig it, man. I can dig it. You know what's up next? Kits. I mean, back when this video came out, I was doing nothing less than trying to look exactly like these guys on America. So I can't front on any of these kits. I absolutely loved them then, and I still love watching the part and seeing the kits now. So I'm sticking in the 9 range, man.
Oh shit, eh? 9? Yeah, I wasn't trying to dress like Spanky and like the America boys back in these days. I went the baggier route. It didn't stop me from fucking worshiping these guys, and I love Spanky's kits. Dresses real clean. It's funny that we're like judging, like he was probably our age at the time, like fucking 15, 16, judging his clothes, but that's what we get paid the big bucks to do. So, you know, you know what I'm saying? Spanky, I'm gonna hit you with a 9 as well. I fucking love this era. Love the clothes.
Flawless, man. And especially on his ender, he's got that sweater with the zipper open wide. Shit's flowing. Super crisp kits.
Dude, he's wearing a red t-shirt for like 50% of this part. I love it.
Next up, it's filming. This has to be a John Miner America classic, right? Like, it's absolutely flawless. Nothing wrong with any of the clips. Absolutely crisp. I'm sticking with a 9.
I'm going to have to back you up on that 9 as well. Everything is clean. Spanky's clean. Filming's clean. Let's keep it moving.
Next up is edit. And one thing I always take into consideration when scoring the edit is, did I have this track on my MP3 player back when I was in high school? And you know that this track got top 10 hits for sure. This was getting a play count that was out of this world. Love the track. Love the edit. Right back at it. It's another 9.
Damn. You know what I'm going to have to do with this edit is I'm going to have to shock the world and give out my first 11.
Oh! That's what I like to hear, baby. Hand them out, man. Hand them out.
Bruv. This song, like you said, was on my MP3 player. It might have even survived multiple MP3 players. It's just so classic. I actually, ever since we interviewed him, I've been watching this part every once in a while again, just because.
Rightfully so.
Not only do I love the skating, but it's just one of those.
It's a feel-good part, man.
Perfect It's a feel-good. The song and the skating goes so fucking well together. The whole edit, like the end, his last tricks, and like the song, and when the lyrics is like, you know what I mean? And then he like frontside flips over the rail, and it's all like, It's just a match made in heaven. 11, baby.
And the lighthearted B-roll clips to start the part, man. It doesn't get much better.
Oh, yeah.
Next up is continuity. Where are you going with this one?
Fuck, man. If the filming, the kits, the spots, the edit are all on point, it all comes together perfectly. It's all that one era. He's pretty young. I mean, his kits change a bit.
Yeah.
I'm guessing in the later clips, he's a little more hesh. Got the couple leather jackets popping.
I think it's the very first clip is like when he's the youngest, the nollie back yield and the switch 360. You can tell he's done some growing since then.
Yeah, and all the red tees, probably a little younger. But continuity, yeah, I'm going to hit him with a 9.
I'm going to have to hit him with a 10 on continuity. I gave him a 9 for tricks, kits, filming, and edit. It's time to bust out the 10, dog. And last but not least, it's ender time. The board slide we were talking about forever. Absolutely long ass flat on that double kink, man. Where you going?
I always respected the board slide, but it never jumped out at me as like, holy fuck, that was like the gnarliest ender. I don't know. At that time, like board slides like that weren't really being done. Now people do them for breakfast, lunch, and dinner in video parts, which I prefer back in the day when it was few and far between. I don't know, just because it was just a board slide, you know, like no disrespect to the clip, but it just never had that like explosive ender power. Yet it was fucking a really nice way to end the part. I'm gonna hit it with an 8.
Yeah, I gotta agree with you. It obviously wasn't the explosive ender. It was a board slide, but it was a gnarly board slide, and I'm gonna give it an 8.5. Let's tally up the scores. All right, bruv. The hard part is done. We've officially added up the 10 categories. What'd you get?
I was surprised to see such a high score for what was such a young buck in the game, but this part's timeless to me. One of my favorites came out with the 86.
And as per usual, a growing trend in these video reviews, I have scored the part just a little bit underneath you with an 83. Still way up there in one of my favorite all-time parts. Spanky, This Is Skateboarding. Job well done, man.
Tremendous scores for a tremendous individual. Shouts to Spanky.